My name is Jay Ratliff, and it's my passion in life to teach people from around the world how to make money using the stock market. When we first decided to create the Day Trade Fund curriculum in 2009, several options were considered. I could write a book outlining how I took more than 10 years to develop a day trading system that worked without using options or margin, simply the buying and selling of stocks, as I generated $150,000 and $200,000 in a year. The problem with a book was there was no real way to convey all that I had learned through the printed page. I could make a great deal of money, to be sure, but a book wouldn't adequately equip the reader with all the tools needed. Another option was a series of weekend training classes using a room such as this. These in-depth 8 to 10 hour days would allow me to work with students face-to-face, but only for a few hours. And again, it wouldn't allow the students to attain the level of expertise that I wanted and that they needed in order to do battle with the ever-changing stock market. I mean, we deal daily with thousands of stocks that have been downgraded, upgraded, companies that are issuing additional shares, companies with earnings, high volume stocks, lower volume stocks, stocks that have great news, bad news, or ones that are quickly moving on no news, stocks that are priced at $120 a share, and those priced at 12 cents a share. To do it right, it takes time to learn, and there's simply no shortcut to success. Some who contact us are looking for that shortcut or some get-rich-quick scheme to using the stock market. That's not the way we operate, and we encourage those who are looking for such to go elsewhere, because the approach that we ultimately adopted was a comprehensive 12-month online course where we take the complicated world of Wall Street and make it easy for anyone to understand. During my management years in the airline industry, I was constantly training, and I quickly learned the most effective way to teach was through a hands-on approach. I love the Chinese proverb that says, "Tell me something and I'll forget. Show me and I will remember. But let me do it and I'll understand." At our place, we're all about doing. That's why our course is broken down into very specific phases, allowing us to maximize the transfer of information and knowledge in the most expeditious way possible. It's a slow and very methodical process, but it's also a highly effective one. When a class begins, students receive their initial training packet, and it includes audio sessions 1 and 2. Session 1 is Introduction to the exciting 12-month journey that awaits, outlining the process in detail. Session 2 helps the student in setting up their all-important intraday stock screener and their online trading platform. For the trading platform, we recommend E-Trade. They're currently our broker of choice, and I'll explain why that's the case in just a bit. Audio sessions 3, 4, and 5 are the homework phase. It's where the student takes our exchange-specific checklist and looks for stocks that fit our criteria. All of this prepares the student for the exciting practice stage portion of their training, as the student continues to use the daily stocks of Wall Street. Through the course of the day, the student and I will look at 20 to 30 stocks that might be a potential revenue opportunity. We make Wall Street our classroom, and we use the stocks of the day as they're trading. There's simply no other way to do it. It's during this practice stage portion that students receive audio session 6 on order management. This is far more than how to place an online order, but it dives into great detail on how we place orders, change orders, based on changing market conditions associated with the stock that we're using, also covering the best time to buy and sell each security. It's a critical component as we begin the practice stage portion of the training. Session 7 follows, where we examine more than 10 years of painful mistakes that I made while learning how to day trade. Sessions 8, 9, and 10 continue the training, and we even spend time in session 10 covering how students should respond to the influx of cash that day trading can provide. Session 11 is a review of the previous material and also introduces the student to several new strategies that they can consider as well. Session 12 is the advanced degree portion of our training, as students learn how to take their training to a new level. Many have told us that this is one of their favorite sessions because of the additional revenue streams that it helps to uncover. Session 13 was designed specifically for students who wish to trade with less than $25,000 in their portfolio. And we have several who are doing just that and are reporting impressive profits on a regular basis. To trade with this amount, specific instructions are needed, and we walk our students through the process one step at a time. Session 14, that's my favorite, as we discuss the true price of success, and it has absolutely nothing to do with money. For many students, this is their favorite session as well. Session 15 deals with extensive Level 2 quote data. And since most have no idea what a Level 2 quote is, let me simply say it's one of the most important trading tools at our disposal and one we spend a considerable amount of time on. We love Level 2 because it increases our profits tenfold. Session 16 dives into pre-market trading, which for us begins at 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. I mentioned E-Trade as our broker of choice, and here's one of the main reasons: because we can begin trading as early as 7 o'clock in the morning, while other online brokers will not allow pre-market trading until 8 o'clock. E-Trade gives us a 1-hour head start on many others. That can mean significant profits as a result. Session 16 is also a key component to our training for those who are working other jobs or managing businesses. They may only be able to watch the market for a few hours a day, and starting at 7 o'clock in the morning helps considerably. Last week, I used a stock in early morning hours and made nearly $500 just under 5 minutes. I love what we do. Session 17 dives into the psychological aspect of how to handle your success as a day trader. Session 18 was created for those who have more than $75,000 in their portfolio and are going after much larger daily profits. Some will use larger portfolios in an attempt to create profits of $2,000 a day and more. This session covers the best way to use a larger cash portfolio. Sessions 19 and 20, they're designed to help the students design their own approach based on the fundamentals of this system. I learned a long time ago that many of our students will tweak this system to their own individual style. Some adopt a more aggressive approach, others have a more conservative one, and they're able to do so with all of the tools that we place in their hands. This is the reason I state with great emphasis that I believe our curriculum is the most comprehensive day trading program available today because of the amount of material that we cover over 12 months of training and how we use Wall Street as our live classroom. As an additional training aid, if I spot a stock of concern through the day, I'll send a stock alert email to our students suggesting that we stay clear of the security. Also, a daily training tool that has long been a favorite of our students is the session recap email that I send at the end of the trading session. This recap covers in great detail the stocks of interest for that day. I dissect the stocks that we used, chose to ignore, and take the opportunity to brag on students who enjoyed record revenue days as well. For many, the session recap emails are their preferred training tool because so much information is covered. I've often been asked if I ever send an email on which stocks to buy and at what price. And the answer is a firm no for two very important reasons. First, I want our students to be actively engaged in stocks, not sitting around waiting for me to send them an email on those that we like. Secondly, such an approach could be viewed as an attempt to manipulate the price of the stock, which is unethical and borderline illegal. I know that there's people who run around screaming that day trading for profit is impossible. I hear it all the time. In fact, I've heard it for the past 20 years. It used to bother me, especially when I was making $100,000 a year using my cash portfolio of $25,000. But I realized what these poor souls were saying was basically, I can't figure it out, and there's no way that Jay can. Well, day trading is for real, and the profits that can be generated are also very real. We should never allow the opinion of someone else to dictate the course of our life. I know that I'm thankful that I found a way to put all of those negative people behind me as I pursued my dream of learning how to day trade. Remember, you don't need us to learn how to day trade. Anyone can learn. If I can take apart the complexities of Wall Street and turn them into a proven day trading system while using a dial-up computer living in a motel room, anyone can. Just invest the necessary time in research, study, and watch the market, and you'll also spot repeating patterns that you can use. Avoid using options or trading with margin, and make sure to paper trade or practice trade for at least 6 months, and then begin with small amounts of cash, and after that, when you're hitting 70 to 75%, start using more money. It took me 10 years, but I created an approach, and you can as well. If you don't want to invest 10 years of trial and error, you want to start this exciting journey now, contact us and we'll do everything possible to get you started as quickly as we can. Good luck and future success.
Investing in securities involves risk, including the risk of loss. Investors may make or lose money. Past performance is no guarantee of future results, and no one can guarantee what the market is going to do from day to day or minute to minute.